Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Show. Today we're going to review for our test tomorrow. So our test tomorrow is over Chapter 2, and this is on solving inequalities. So you need your notebook out and pencil out. We're going to practice for our test tomorrow. First thing we need to remember is, when do we have to flip the sign when solving inequalities? When do we have to flip the sign when we solve inequalities? Yes, when you multiply or divide by a negative. Remember, as you solve today, your variable needs to come first in your final answer. Okay, so let's look at this first question. You're going to translate it into an inequality and then solve. So try to translate this into an inequality and then solve it. 8 less than 1/3 of a number x is at least twice the difference of a number x and 6. Go ahead and pause the video and try this problem. When you get done, hit play. All right, let's see how we did. So less than needs to subtract, but if it's 8 less than, that means you're taking away 8. So 1/3 of a number would be 1/3 x, then you're taking away 8. It says is at least. When it says is at least, that means that's the lowest it can be, so it has to be greater than or equal to. So you should have the greater than or equal to sign. The difference means subtract. So you're subtracting x and 6, but you're taking twice what you get when you subtract x and 6. That's why I put parentheses around the x minus 6, is because the difference is the answer you get when you subtract x and 6. So you got to find the answer and then multiply by 2. To solve this problem, I went ahead and used the distributive property to get a 2x minus 12. And then I don't like to solve with fractions, so I just multiplied the whole inequality by 3 to get rid of this 1/3 x. So if you do that, you have to take every term times 3. So it's an x minus 24 is greater than or equal to 6x minus 36. And then I just subtracted x, added 36, divided by 5. Remember, your variable needs to come first. So your solution is x is less than or equal to 2 and 2/5, or x is less than or equal to 2.4. Okay, let's look at our next problem. I want you just to watch this one. I don't need you to write this one down, and then I'm going to have you try one like it. It says Grace has $500 in her savings account. She spends $20 a week on entertainment and snacks. How many weeks can she spend $20 and still have at least $120 in her account? Set up and solve an inequality. Okay, so I'm thinking, okay, she has $500 altogether. She's spending $20 every week, but I don't know how many weeks, but it's $20 per week. So that means I'm taking $20 times the number of weeks. I'll let W be the number of weeks. I'm subtracting this because she's spending it from what she has total to begin with, 500. So I'm taking 500 and subtracting 20 every week. Okay, and she wants at least 120. At least 120 means she wants greater than or equal to 120 in her account. Okay, so when I solve this inequality, what I'm going to do is subtract 500. I'll have a negative 20W is greater than or equal to negative 380. So then I'm going to divide by a negative 20. So I remember when I divide by a negative, I have to flip the sign. So my sign is going to become this less than or equal to, and then negative 380 divided by negative 20 would be 19. So how many weeks can she spend $20 and still have at least 120? She can do this for 19 or less weeks. So 19 weeks would give her exactly 120. If she does it for less than 19 weeks, she would have more than 120 left. Okay, now I want you to try this one. So put a number 2 on your paper, try this word problem, and when you get done, I want you to push play. So pause now and try. Okay, let's see how we did. So Zachary has 200 altogether, and he's using 5 sheets per day. So this is like a 5 times X. You're subtracting it because he's using it. He wants not more than 30. So not more than 30 would be less than or equal to 30. So you could subtract 200 and divide by -5. But remember, you have to flip the sign when you divide by -5. So you should get X is greater than or equal to 34, which is 34 or more days. Okay, I want you to watch this one. Okay, I don't want you to write it down, and then I'm going to have you try one like it. It says, find the value of y in the following triangle, given the area is 186. So I'm going to use this formula. Area equals half the base times the height. I'm going to put in 186 for the area. Equals half. The base would be 8. The height is 3y plus 6. All right, so now what I'm going to do is simplify the right side of the equation. Half of 8 is 4. Then I'm going to use the distributive property and take 4 times 3y to get 12y, and 4 times 6 to get 24. Now I'm just solving, so I'm going to take away 24. That looks like it'll give me a 162 equals 12y. Then I'm dividing both sides by 12. So I'm taking 162 and dividing by 12. When I do that, it looks like I get a 13.5. So y is equal to 13.5. Okay, now I want you to try one like this. So put a number 3 on your paper, hit pause now, and try the problem. When you get done, hit play. Okay, whoops, I went a little too fast. Okay, let's see how we did. So you should have 318 as the area equals half times 12 times 3x minus 2. I did half times 12 to get 6. Then use the distributive property to get an 18x minus 12. Add 12 to both sides, divide by 18. See if you got an 18 1/3 or an 18.3 repeat. Okay. Write down number 4 and hit pause when you get done. And then when you get done solving this, hit play and we'll check. Okay, let's see how we did. So first I used the distributive property to get 3y minus 4 on the left and then 3y plus 6 on the right. Then I combined like terms, the 3y and y, to make 4y. Then when solving, subtract 3y to get your variable on one side, then subtract 6. Remember, your variable needs to come first, so your answer should be y is less than -10. Okay, go ahead and pause the video, do number 5. When you get done, hit play. All right, so on number 5, we have a compound inequality. So what I did first was multiply everything by -4. So I got rid of this -4 in the denominator here. So when I did that, you have to flip the sign. Did you remember to flip the sign and make it is greater than or equal to and is greater than? Then I just took away 6 and divided by 2. See if you're getting 5 is greater than or equal to x, which is greater than -9, which means x could be any number greater than -9, but less than or equal to 5. Okay, go ahead and pause the video, try number 6. When you get done, hit play. All right, so this is a proportion, and one way to solve this is to cross multiply. To me, that's the easiest way. So when I cross multiplied, I had to be careful to use the distributive property. I had to take this 6 here times 3x plus 6, and this 3 times 12x plus 10. So see if you got an 18x plus 36 equals 36x plus 30. And then I just subtracted 18x, subtracted 30, divided by 18. You can answer as x equals 1/3 or x equals 0.3 repeating. All right, we're ready for number 7. Go ahead and pause the video. When you get done with number 7, hit play. All right, let's see how we did. So your first step was to use the distributive property. See if you got a negative 20h plus 150 minus 2h minus 10. Then you want to combine like terms to get a negative 22h, and 150 and negative 10 make 140. I added 22h to both sides to get my variable on one side, and then divided by 35. But remember, you want your variable to come first, so my answer is not 4 is greater than h, it's h is less than 4. H can be any number less than 4. All right, go ahead and try number 8. Pause the video. All right, let's see how we did. I decided to multiply by 5 to get rid of my denominators of 5 here, which when you do that, you have to multiply every term by 5. So you should have gotten that 2x minus 20 is greater than 3x plus 85. Then I subtracted 2x from both sides, and then subtracted 85. Remember, your answer was with your variable first, so you got x is less than negative 105. All right, so give me a 1 if you're struggling, 2 if you're okay, sort of okay, 3 if you really got this. If you are 1 or 2, you might want to go back and try these problems on your own again in the video, or retry problems from your practice test. Tomorrow, we're going to take our test for remote learning. So tomorrow from home, you need to make sure that you complete your test.